You are listening to episode 3 of the Romance Class podcast. This is a reading from romance novel Blast from Two Pasts by Filipino author Kristel S. Villar. It's available as an ebook on Amazon and other retailers and in print by ordering from the author. Links to purchase the book will be included in the show notes. In this excerpt, Rachel Coates will be reading as main character Cara and Gio Gahol will be reading the role of Lucas. This was recorded at the Study by Enderan in Podium Mall, Ortigas Center, Metro Manila.
Blast from Two Pasts
by Kristel S. Villar.
Though he'd never admit it, he was scared of heights. I could tell by the way he gripped my hand as we waited our turn at the roller coaster. "It's just a short ride, nothing scary," I said. "We can try the other rides instead if you want."
No way. We're nearly there,
he said, trying not to let his nerves get the better of him. In a few minutes, we were buckled up.
All right. This is it. This is it,
he said, all tense. "I, the goddess of roller coasters, free you, Lucas Sebastian Lobregat, of your fear of heights," I said, as I pretended to sprinkle fairy dust on him. He turned to me with raised eyebrows. "I could sense your fear while you were queuing," I said. He didn't answer and just studied me for a long time. I frowned. Did I say something wrong? Before I could get some answers, the moment was broken and the roller coaster started moving. I pulled my hand away from his and held onto our safety harness. The ride picked up speed and I screamed at the top of my lungs when it looped and dropped. I briefly glanced at Lucas, who was swearing while clutching the harness. This ride was short, unlike other amusement parks. I wanted another turn, but Lucas was white as a cloud by the time we got up.
Jesus Christ, I thought I was going to faint,
he exclaimed, still short of breath. "I told you we could skip it."
Hell no. It was amazing. Well, scary, but amazing.
We settled for mild rides after that. Bumper cars, water rides, and log flumes in the swing. We had hot dogs and soda, went to the snowland to play with fake snow, had our pictures taken beside ice sculptures, and hurt our butts on the high ice slides. We went out when we couldn't stand the freezing temperature anymore.
Are you really this restless?
He asked as we sat, eating flavored French fries and burgers at a bench. "Sometimes," I said as I smiled at him. We finished our second meal for the night and tried the haunted attractions. I never liked them, but Lucas insisted we take a look.
"Hey, I rode the goddamn roller coaster for you,"
he teased. It was my turn to scream and swear like a truck driver as Lucas laughed all of his way to the exit.
"And I thought you were a brave, adventurous woman,"
he said when we walked toward the laser tag section. "I hate getting startled in the dark," I said defensively. We saved the arcade for last. Of course, he beat me in hoops, but I got my revenge in air hockey. We won a small stuffed animal at the shooting range, while I desperately tried to get one myself at those catch-a-teddy-bear machines.
"Don't take it seriously. Look, I got you this if you want it,"
he joked, waving the stuffed animal in my face as I walked away from the machine in mock defeat. We emptied our pockets of change and played some more until it was time to go home. We took a cab with him in the passenger seat and me at the back. I was disappointed that he didn't sit beside me, but I knew he was just being a gentleman. We talked about the rides we missed, and he promised to bring me there again. I was happy with my decision to call Lucas. This was the kind of normal I wanted, where I could enjoy being myself with someone and not worry about tomorrow. Sure, I was okay before I met him, but I was definitely happier now. I wanted it to stay this way. We kept talking about the theme parks we've been to as kids until we reached my apartment building. I told him I was jealous that he'd been to Disneyland in Paris before his parents got separated. I told him the farthest I'd gone was Enchanted Kingdom in Santa Rosa Laguna, and only for our elementary school field trip. This was a fun night. Thanks for the stuffed toy, I said, as we stood near the building entrance.
"Anytime,"
he grinned. We stood there like two awkward teenagers. How should I end this? It felt like a date to me, but technically it wasn't. Should I hug him or kiss him on the cheek? I gazed at him and met his eyes, reading him. This reminded me of the first time I looked into his eyes in the outdoor volleyball court of St. Therese Academy. It was those two same lovely eyes that enchanted me then, that made me act stupid just to get a glimpse of him, and made me do my damn hardest to stay in that expensive school. When I was younger, I settled for loving him from afar. I thought that alone was enough, but when he graduated high school, I longed to see him. Searched for him in every public place I went to. I regretted the times I didn't talk to him when I wanted to, or make my feelings known, even anonymously. Now he was here, standing in front of me. The same Lucas Basti Lobregat that I loved even more than a decade ago. Whatever he chose to be called now, I knew he was still the boy I was crazy about back then. What should I do? Before I could make up my mind, Lucas cupped my face with his hands and leaned over to kiss me on the lips. It was light and sweet, like a feather touching my lips. I closed my eyes and savored every second of it. How his fingers playfully rubbed my cheeks and how his stubble tickled my chin. It sent shivers up my spine. I instinctively put my hand on his arm and parted my lips a little, and he took that as a signal to deepen the kiss. I could feel myself melting in his arms as he slid his strong hands down my neck. I wanted that kiss to last forever. He held me when he pulled his lips away. My eyes remained closed and my hand was still on his arm as he kissed my forehead. When I opened my eyes, he was looking straight at me, a smile playing on his lips as he caressed my cheek with his thumb.
Good night, Cara,
he whispered before letting me go. For the third straight time, he walked away without waiting for my reply. I stood there, speechless, looking at his back as he made his way to the elevator. Finally, all those fantasies I had a decade and a half ago came true.
Thank you for listening to our excerpt from Blast from Two Pasts. We hope you enjoyed it, and please check out the book. Subscribe to our podcast to hear more romance novels written by Filipino authors. Visit romancepodcast.com to find out more about what we do, and romanceclassbooks.com to find more books you might like.